Good afternoon, it's Holly Muller with Country Road Crafts. Today I am going to do some ornaments and some gift tags, and then I'm going to recycle a bag from Amazon because I was reading a package earlier, and I was like, oh, I remember that. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Give me a second, I'll flip it around. You guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. So hopefully you guys can hear me. So I got a gazillion of these in because I like to order from Amazon. And I don't know if you guys do or not, but I do. And I had a couple of gifts to wrap, and I basically could have wrapped. I can wrap them in this, but I'm going to make them pretty so they don't look like Amazon bags. The first thing I'm going to do to it is I'm going to paint it white, just so I cover some of this up before I put decoupage on it. There's nothing in it. I took everything out of it, and I opened it very carefully so not to rip it too much. And I took all the stuff out. It's Amazon bag. It's from Amazon. Okay, good. Thank you. It's a gift bag, Frank. Because what happened was I ran out of gift bags earlier, and the thing was bigger than the boxes I had. So, okay. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I'm going to try this. And it's thicker than, it has padding and stuff in it, and there's nothing in it to ruin it. So I'm just going to paint it white underneath so it doesn't show through. Hopefully the weather is good where you're at. Here in Eastern North Carolina, it is 54 degrees. Nice today. It wasn't too hot, not too cold. Still wear a jacket all day though. A little humid, as always. So if you guys are not on my email list yet, you might want to get on my email list. There's some stuff getting ready to come out that's kind of cool. This is just a regular Amazon bag. I got some things in, but I don't want to just wrap it in this because they're kids and I wanted to have wrapping paper. If I was thinking I would have paid extra to have it shipped in a pretty box, but I did not. This works too. And to be honest, it's already kind of dry. So I'm going to flip it over, just on the other side real quick. You guys, I don't know. You guys shop at Amazon like I do? I love Amazon. Well, I shouldn't like it so much, but I do. So we have what, 20 days until Christmas right now. 20 days. And then the day for shipping is the 16th, regular standard mail. So you guys are quiet tonight. Dad or my thing ain't working right. If it's not working right, I do apologize. I'll go back and answer afterwards. I'm not seeing anybody. Okay. So I have the bag, colored. I put a little bit of paint on just to cover up the dark spots for the paper, right? And I'm going to use, oops, sorry. I'm going to use, let's see. Oh, I got some Santa. How about that? I'm going to use Santa. It's just called Santa's. So I am going to open this up and I'm going to use it. Just some colorful paper here. And maybe I'll use this. Oh, I'm just going to use this truth here. I think that'll be enough for back all the way around. So I'm going to cut this. And my scissors are on the table. So I get here. So I'm going to put the samples off the top. I'm going to use this bottom part here. I'm cutting. Yep. I'm gonna use this. We'll get the music and wrap it all the way around like that, right? Put on the top so I can fold it over. Okay, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave a little bit at the top so I can fold it over the flap. Right? And then I'm going to take it and start spraying it down and putting some decoupage. Hey Gail, how are you? Yeah, I'm going to just put some Fusion. This is Fusion Top Coat Matte that I always use. And I'm just going to start putting it down. And then I'm going to spray it in there. Put some of this in. Actually, it's probably best to start just easier that way. I'm just going to put some here. And I'm going to fold it over here. I'm just going to put, make sure that the edges. And I'll fold it over. Lay it down and spritz it a little bit. I am upcycling an Amazon bag for a gift bag with some decoupage because I ran out of gift bags. So, and I wanted to show you guys. That's what I'm doing. And I have some ornaments to do, and I have some gift tags to do. But I thought I'd show you guys. I've seen this before, but just painted the bag white so you can't see all the Amazon stuff through it. Using a light color paper, and the paper is called Fancy. So I am just putting some medium down, not a whole lot. And the bag's kind of thick. It's not a thin bag, and there's nothing in the bag right now. Let's get it all out. So I'm just putting the medium down, and I'm going to spritz the top of it to get it to lay down good. Like I said, yeah, I have a ton of these bags. I don't know about you guys, but I have a ton of Amazon bags because I like to order from Amazon. And then you gotta be careful not to oversaturate it because you'll pull it apart. And I sometimes do that. Keep putting the medium down. Put down. Like I said, I ran out of bags earlier because the bags I have are smaller, and what I had to put in the bag was a little bigger. I'm not very good at spatial stuff. So I was like, oh poo, I didn't get it big enough. So, yeah, I try not to cut it up because there's some, I don't know. I don't like cutting them up more crazy. I was easy. But the packages is for kids, so I didn't want to leave it. Like if it was an adult, I'd probably just leave it in the bag and call it a day. But since they're kids, I wanted to make sure it's pretty. And I'm using just Tough Coat Matte. Nothing crazy here. I'll go back to the original plan here to finish this up real quick. It won't take that long. I got some ornaments and some gift tags, so I'm just going to do the same thing with just wrap them up in decoupage. Trim the edges off the bag. And smooth it out. Make it a pretty gift bag for, you know. You could. You could. You use Mod Podge. You can use any kind of water-based sealant, whatever you have there. Yeah, you can use Lysol sealant, whatever it's called. I'm not quite sure what it's called, but I have Fusion Top Coat, and that's what I use. You spray it a little bit. Just be careful when you're spraying it because if it gets too wet, it'll rip or you don't want it to rip. Oh, thank you so much, Gail. Appreciate this. Thank you. It's paper. This is recycled decoupage tissue paper. But if you're going to do it with material, you can do it with material. You just got to use the material hodgepodge. You cannot just use regular hodgepodge for that. It won't stick. So this is all on the one side. And of course, I get it all crooked. It's okay. I'm trim it up. Flip it over. Pull it down and do on this side. I'm proud of myself. And the paper I'm using is recycled decoupage, and the name of it is Santa's. So on the other side of it has a little Santa's, and I'll be using that here shortly for the gift tags and the ornaments that I'm doing, if I have time to do that. Yeah, if you're going to make it with fabric, you can decoupage these with fabric. You just have to use the fabric decoupage, and I have that affiliated link on, oof, I think I put it on my page. If not, let me know and I will fit it out because there's specific Mod Podge for fabric. You have to use it, won't stick. It will not work, right? And then another tip for painting fabric, you got to make sure it's moist. So you have to spritz it or keep it damp for it to go on right. I did a few things with fabric. I did a fabric stool from Dollar Tree. It was like the $5 section, special dollars, $5 section. And I did it with decoupage tissue, but I had that Mod Podge for fabric, yeah. And you have to use something to keep it wet. However, you spritz water on, or the fabric has to be damp. And I go over top of that with, like I put it on the top and the bottom of the paper. Like I will fill it at the end after everything's dry just to keep it, just to make sure it's good and sealed. This I'll only do it once. I may have to go in and paint that. I didn't paint the lip for it. Just turned it into a little package. Nothing big. But I ran out of things. I'm sure that down flat. The other one I had, I kind of ripped it because, I didn't think about saving it. But I think it's ripped in a way that I might be able to use it. We'll see. But this was the better of the two. You can probably do it with tissue, like the 3 to 5 tissues, the decor tissues. Winners. I haven't tried it, but I'm sure you can do it. It's just pretty decoupage paper I had. Sure good enough. Mm. I know, that's what I'm saying. And I was in a crunch for time. I didn't have time to run back to the store and get another bag. And I didn't have the item with me to check, or the bag that I was going to use with me to check. And I didn't want to buy another bag. So, and I have a ton of decoupage paper sitting around. So, there you go. Make sure it's down good. Yeah, it's here. So, I'm going to paint this flap here. Because I didn't. Just a touch too short. Okay, get mine up just right, but it's okay. I'm gonna paint this right here. Thank you, Dale. That'll be cute. I mean, yeah, just I'm just holding it up so it doesn't get on the paper because I'm trying to do it easy and I didn't finish it. Just put a light coat to cover up some of these words and so it doesn't shine through the tissue. The tissue's kind of thin. But I'm just gonna fold this over the flap. Medium on it. Making sure I don't glue it together because that's what I'm afraid I'm gonna end up doing. Gluing it together. I know. I did do the other sides like that, but I missed the lip in a hurry. You know, I did paint the bag first, just not the lip, because during my last night, this was a last minute thought. My squirrel brain's taking over today. It's okay. Back to life. Yeah, and I'm trying real hard not to glue it down, because it's sticky. I don't want to glue it down all the way. To make sure all the medium is down on it because it will not stick. Even if it's wet, it won't stick if the medium is underneath it. But don't spray it too much, just a little. It will rip. So easy. Okay, so there's your little bag. Easy, easy. I'm gonna trim up the edges. I'm just calling this. I'm gonna let it dry first, and I'll trim up the edges because I want it to settle before. So, and then you can just put your little present in there. Right? Inside the little bag because it's dry inside. And then there's your little, there's your recycled bag, right? Good. I'm gonna set that over to the side, let it dry, and then I will grab it back and trim it up. So the next thing I got is these little hats. I got these from Dollar General, and I thought I had some wooden ones that I probably do again in a hurry. So I did not find the ones I was looking for. So I am going to actually take the bottom of the ceiling And I'm going to use this here. Actually, I'm going to use Santa. I'm going to use that for something. We got this here. We're going to use this. Oh, these are tissues. These are decoupage tissues. They're recycled decoupage. Yeah. And I am just going to cut this out. Yeah, the deep. I'm going to cut him up though. My bone. Sorry, little dude. He's getting cut up. So what I'm going to do is I am going to move it to the top here. And then I am going, actually, I'm going to wrap it. I'm going to put it on the, so I'm just going to take some of the decoupage medium I have. And just put a little bit on here. Yeah, I got scraps everywhere. That's why I like it. Let's just use this one. I don't throw it on either. If you don't know, you'll learn. I don't. Okay, so I'm just going to line it up here. I'll put it on this side. A little better. Fold it over. On here. Trim up the edges a little. Right. Top. A little. Top here. Okay. There we go. So what I'm going to do now with this is I am going to first, let me get that edge very good today. I'm going to sand off that edge because I don't want to cut the, I don't want to cut it. I want to cut the edge. I have with him. It's not light, isn't it? I'll be cardboard. Cardboard is not gross. I thought I had. I do have them. I just don't know they are. Wooden ones. There we go. So I have this little deer, the little name tag, and I'm actually gonna put a little wax on it so it kind of it's wrinkled a little bit. I want it to stand out. So I'm gonna grab me some espresso furniture wax here from Fusion. Oops, try to get on here. Try to just press it a little bit. And put a little bit on the back here. Just give it some character. And then some juke I'm going to put on here. Juke. And a bit bigger. For a cute tag. I have some little bells here. I can put on there. For a little decor, then jazz it up a little. So there's your little name tag for the present, right? Mm-hmm. Have any markers to write on them, but that's it. That's pretty and quick, and just make them, you know, you can write on them after everything dries, right? So that's that one, and then the next thing, over here. The next thing is I am going to, and these are already really light wood, so I'm not going to paint them. But if they were darker, like the bag, I would. I'm not going to paint these. And these are just little ornaments. I got them from Amazon a while ago, and I got them for just doing craft stuff. So I'm just going to use some decoupage leftover tissue here. I'm just going to wrap the front, and I'll sand off the edges. So let me get that started. This is a good project for grandbabies, babies that are out of school, trying to find something to do. So I am going to spritz this a little, just so I can get it away without too many wrinkles. Because I did put the medium down. And then I'm just going to take the sanding block and then sand around the edges so it comes out smooth. And you can use these as gift tags too if you want, or you can hang them on the tree. So I'm going to, I'm going to stop pouring. I'm going to make sure I got enough medium down there. And you can layer the different things on here. So you can put this on here, and you can either write on it or draw a bird, or leave it like this, or distress them, or paint them up like this, and then have the babies write on them, or paint them, or whatever they're doing. So they still, yeah. And you could just put a little, either a juke through it or one of those little hooks through it, Or you can put it with the little stuff, that look cute with it too. So, or you can make matches. So I'm going now. Look at the star here, and I'm just going to take my scraps that I got left over, and I'm going to piece it on here. So first, and my hands are going to get sticky. We're already starting, so I'm going to find the top here just so. And then I'm just going to put the medium down. And I call this patchwork because I just patch the paper on it. No special rhyme or reason, just, putting it on there so it, taking all my scraps and putting them somewhere, like the patchwork look. It kind of matches, but it's not really the same pattern. But it's not too wet. If it's wet, it might rip, so just be careful not to over wet them. And my fingers are starting to stick to me. These are easy projects you do with your grandbabies or your babies that are out of school. And these are wooden, just to let you know. And I got these in a group of them a while ago. I have them on my Etsy site. I think I can, yeah, just keep the medium on it. I like to use the scraps. Oops. I put this on. My fingers are getting sticky. Okay. Make a little spot right there in the middle. Grab a piece of this. Put it down a little bit. Make sure I can get them down nice. And then I'm going to sand the edges off. So I have a little bit of stuff here on the edge. Sand it off. See that? So there's two of that. There's my tag. If I move it out of the way. Let's check on my bag and see if it's dried. And I just felt my couple um, thing, a couple of paintbrush. So going back to the bag, just trim it up, make the edges a little neater, and go right up against the edge so that doesn't cut the bag. I just had something up there. What I do is I'm gonna try to stand this off a little bit. Okay, there we go. There's a little bag. Look at that. Okay, so there's your ornaments and your tag and your bags for Christmas. So recycling, upcycling, making it work because I forgot a bag. I think that's all I have tonight, unless you guys have any questions. Otherwise, I will catch you next Tuesday at 6. So, I appreciate you guys hanging around, chat with me while I craft, and I will see you next week. Thank you.